Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls. Today, we are going to be journeying back to the Northern Undead Asylum from whence we came. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we'll talk about those guys later. Now, you may remember that we got to Lordran from the Northern Undead Asylum via a giant crow that picked us up from a ledge right outside of the Northern Undead Asylum. We are going to get back there the same way. We're gonna come up there. I showed off this nest in an earlier video. We're gonna curl up like a ball, and then we have to sit here for 20 seconds maybe. I don't know, some undetermined amount of time. And then it'll pick us up and take us back. After this first time, you don't have to sit here for ages anymore, but right. Now this place is a lot more dangerous than it used to be. For one, there weren't four torch hollows out here. Who, for those who don't remember, can really mess up your day if you're not careful. Ooh, triple shot. Wish I could say I had planned that. There's also these two guys in here who weren't before. As well as there are four things we're here to kill basically, and a couple items we're here to get. For starters, we're gonna come back up. Remember this guy giving us our Estus flask? Well, he doesn't like us so much anymore. Unfortunately, dear Oscar has hollowed and is now intent on chasing us down and killing us. Now, I have had trouble with this guy before, but not a huge amount. I'm sure we'll be fine. Woo! That helps. Suck it, Oscar. That is actually a really good shield, if I remember correctly. Does it have a special effect? No, I didn't think so. Oh, wait. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Greatly reduces magic damage. I knew that was good for something specific. You know what? Did I rest at this bonfire? I'm not sure I did. I want to do that. Also, I don't know why I'm going up there. That's not where I'm going next. There actually is a shield that I may or may not grab soon that I intend to wear. And here's the thing, I'm not going to use it. I'm still going to be two-handing my weapon, but it gives us a passive effect that I really like. It's in the Dark Root area. I don't know, we'll think about it. Now, I forgot to point out our first time through here. This guy. Looks a little familiar, yeah? That's the Asylum Demon's brother that I was talking about in the first video. And he is our boss today. Here we have another Black Knight. Aye. stop? Oh my goodness. This guy's giving me more trouble than usual. No, 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 no! Okay, okay. We can recover. There it is. One more good fireball will do it. If he lets me use the fireball. Wait. Oh, no. Oh! Whew. There we go. That's what it was. In an earlier video, I almost mentioned that the Black Knights always drop their weapon they're using, and while they all can, they certainly don't 100% of the time. I forgot what it actually was. They drop different colored Titanite chunks, which are good for upgrading different types of weapons. We might get into that a little bit later. Now, we came back here, we came down here, as you saw, to return to our original cell at the end of that hallway to retrieve the peculiar doll. Now, I can't remember if any of the lore videos I've looked up have ever explained why that's in that cell, but it's actually a very important item if we want to visit an optional area that is actually one of my favorite in the game. Optional or required. There are people on either side of the argument who love it and hate it, but I really, really like it. Let's take out this guy. And then maybe this guy. Alright, so we've killed two of the people we came here to kill. Oscar and that first Black Knight. There's another Black Knight, and then the boss. And we got the peculiar doll, and there's one other item that we came here to get, which doesn't really hold a lot more use for me, but I want to show you guys how to get it so that you can try and do that before it's no longer relevant. Here we go again. Nice fireball. Come at me, bro. Woo! Alrighty then. Oh, we don't have enough souls to level up. You know what? That's fine. Doesn't make a big deal. Doesn't make a big difference. Although we should... Jeez. I forgot that neither of these bonfires are kindled. Think I could do it? You know what? We're going to try and do it with 5 Estus Flasks. I would rather not burn 2 humanity just for that. Although, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to be using it for a lot else in this series. I may need help. I may need to use a few on a certain boss fight that's actually coming up fairly soon, within the next 4, maybe 5 episodes, certainly. Now, when you initially come back... Oh, jeez! Can't believe oh, jeez. I forgot about those guys out there. I don't know why I tried to go out there anyway. When you initially come back to this area, it's important to be careful when you first enter, or when you generally enter and go through this main hall here. And that is because if you're not careful, you could inadvertently pick a fight that you did not want to pick. And here is what I mean by that. Good start. Good start. Oh my goodness, that was embarrassing. I rolled too soon, I think. He hadn't quite set his position with that vertical strike. Now, thankfully, or perhaps not thankfully, I died fast enough that my bloodstain is actually up and out of the pit. So, theoretically, you can cut your losses there. I could just take those and leave. But no, you know what? I am here to eliminate the stray demon and free the Undead Asylum from his antics. That attack sucks, and you do not want to get caught in it. It has the most ridiculous radius, general range of fucking attacks. That one also has a pretty big range, but it's all centered around him. That attacks like the whole stage in front of him, and even a little bit behind him if you stand too close. Now, this fight is not too bad, but one slip up can really, really mess up your day. He really likes this attack. My fear, see, I wanna get him a little bit more out into the room so that I'm not going into that alcove as I circle around him. I do not... Uh-oh, we're gonna get hit by this. No, we didn't. That's miraculous. Hooray for fast rolling. See, this attack I like. Way telegraphed and easy to avoid. You just get a hit or two in, back up. Yeah, he really likes this one, so that he can turn around and face you. Should I be, you know what? I should be using some pyromancy. Screw this guy. Oh my goodness! Jeez Louise! Oh! Ah! What happened there? Was it the pyromancy? Was that a bad idea? I feel like it might have been. Was doing really well until I threw that at him. Now, you really want to make sure that you take care of these two up here before every attempt on the Stray Demon. Otherwise, they won't necessarily always follow you down, but they can. And if they do, they are a huge pain in the butt. You really need to focus all of your efforts just dodging this asshole. Yep. Yep. I don't feel good about that. But it happens. Especially when you're, you know, not wearing any armor. Thankfully, I don't really care about those 5,000 souls or whatever that I lost. That guy continuing to hit me, though, and that's getting a little annoying. Up. Alright, I really want to try... What? Okay, that looked different than it normally does for some reason. Oh dear. Okay, maybe the pyromancy is not actually that effective. I thought this guy had slightly lower fire resistance than that. Believe it or not, there's actually a third one of these guys that very definitely has great fire resistance, maybe even immunity, I'm not entirely sure. This guy, though, I thought I could actually do some damage with that. Oh, no, 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 we don't want to be behind him for that. Yeah, just keep that up. 2 rolls, 2 swings. Two rolls, 2 swings. gonna get caught by the ground. That'd be really embarrassing. It's happened before. It may happen again. That would be really embarrassing. Because he doesn't actually move, as far as I'm aware, when he's up in the air like that. He'll spin around to face you, which is mostly why he uses that move. But as far as I'm aware, he doesn't actually move. At least if he does, it's by inches. Oh, goodness. Alright, we're doing pretty well here. He's really liking the air right now. Okay. Back up. Ground. And there he goes. Excellent. All right. Still took 2 tries too many in my opinion, but at least we're here with a Titanite slab. A very excellent resource. I don't think we'll actually end up using any in the, or will we? We might actually. Because we're gonna make 2 weapons. One is going to be the main weapon that we're gonna use, you know, maybe 90% of the time. But I've already talked about that. We're actually fairly close to obtaining it. But it is a weapon that deals fire damage. And there are a couple areas in the late game with many enemies who are largely resistant to, or some even immune to fire damage. Should have seen that coming. So we're gonna need to make another weapon. A lightning weapon, in fact. Alright, now he gave us 20,000 souls. That is excellent. We are going to use those. Screw you, sir. There we go. Nice little dash attack. I really like the scimitar moveset, except for, you know, this. I mean, it looks cool. I haven't found a terrible amount of real applications for it, though. Our crow friend here will take us back. There are actually a couple interesting theories about who that crow could be. If I remember, I'll bring it up again when that's more relevant, and we can talk about a couple of those. Alright, this is an interesting dilemma. I actually thought that would take a little bit longer than just 20 minutes. I don't quite want to end the video yet, but I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. Because I don't want to make this a terribly long video either. What are we going to do with this? Well, first we're going to take a bunch of these souls.
Oh, please, as always.
We're going to get an even bigger flame.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm sure I have enough souls to cover that grand. Yeah, that's the 2 grand one. Oh well.
Oh, as always.
Ooh.
Goodbye then. Come.
I love a good pyromancy flame. I'm trying to think. We could. Let's go. You know what? Let's go start the dark root area. And then I I don't know. I guess we might finish that up in the next episode. I was planning on going to Sen's Fortress, the place we unlocked with the second Bell of Awakening. After the Northern Undead Asylum, but I don't know. Maybe we will do Dark Route first. It's pretty interchangeable. Some people do it after a couple more areas. Some do it before. It's one of those areas you can get to it like from the beginning of the game. You don't need any particular items or to have done any other particular events to unlock it. It's just kind of there. But a lot of people wait just a little bit longer to do it. Whatever. You can't catch me. Now, out this way is, of course, that is Sen's Fortress. We will make it there in the near future. You'll probably remember this room where we fought that first Titanite demon. I didn't leave out the back here, but this is the Dark Root Garden. Not a terrible area as far as I'm concerned. Either in difficulty or in general annoyance, I suppose. These guys do have a grab attack that you want to watch out for, but really, it's not so bad. Especially since, once again, you can jiggle between R1 and L1, or the left and right bumper, to break free of those. Alright, here is another one of those crystal lizards that we've discovered before. So we will be... Uh-oh. It's making a break for it. There we go. 2 twinkling titanite. I will take that. I don't know what I'm ever going to use that needs that to upgrade, but I will take it. Oh dear, that was silly. I don't quite remember what this item is. I think it's a bow of some sort? Or wait, is this one of the starting armor sets? Yeah. Both, I suppose. Now we're actually... Darkroot Basin is over here. Oh, that's something we could do. We will visit Darkroot Basin soon. Right here is another one of these Black Knights. Oh, nope, there he goes. I was gonna say, can we sneak up on that guy? I didn't think so. I've never been able to before. Alright, come at me, buddy. Good grief. Pyromancy OP. Alright, he dropped us the Black Knight shield. That was nice of him. It's another good shield. Lots of fire resistance, if I remember correctly. And here is what I was talking about, the Grasscrest shield. We are going to equip this because it gives us a secondary effect of increasing our stamina speed recovery, but I am not going to use it. I will be two-handing my weapon. You will never see me block with it. Here's a bonfire, and if we keep going this way, there's an elevator that takes you to the other side of the Valley of the Drakes. However, there are a couple items there, including a ring that's actually really well liked by speedrunners and challenge run people. But there's nothing really there for me right now, and the drakes are really annoying to fight. So we're not gonna do that for now. We are going to run over here, and down there, you can kind of see in the distance there is a Hydra. I actually really like the boss design on that one. Again, cosmetically, mechanically, it's pretty easy. Like especially for how intimidating the Hydra looks, it's a pretty easy fight. Can get kind of annoying sometimes. We will fight it actually because we need to access DLC. But oh dear, here we go. Now you may remember I talked about this guy at the bottom of the. Oh goodness! Should have seen that coming, but I didn't. The tower that led to the Taurus demon in the first episode, right? I unlocked that door with the master key and was like, if I wanted to, I could go down here and fight this big badass. This is the big badass. I didn't want to at the time because with the level my equipment was at, it would have taken me a year, even with backstabs, to kill this guy. But now we're in a much better place for it. Oh dear! You still don't want to get hit by that though. That's called the Dragon's Tooth. It's a club weapon that is literally the tooth of a dragon. And it hits like a train. There it is. Whew. Abel's ring. Good old Abel. Am I wearing a second ring? I am not. That's actually a really good ring that a lot of people really like. It boosts your equipment load, which, you know, obviously hasn't really been particularly relevant to me so far. Where is that? Do I have to go to... Ah, yes, there, in the middle, underneath HP and stamina, is my equipment load. And it boosts it by something like 20%, which is important because how heavy the equipment you're wearing is determines how well you roll. See, if I were wearing a lot of equipment, didn't have Havel's ring on, had a fairly low equipment load, then your roll gets slower and you don't roll as far. And ultimately, if you, I think you may have to have literally 100% equipment burden in order for this to happen, but at a certain point, you just lose your roll altogether. You can't even roll or run, you just walk. But yeah, I just wanted to, sorry, I've just been running around for a minute here. I just wanted to show you guys. Hey, this place look familiar? Yeah, back in the Undeadburg. So yeah, if you start the Master Key, start with the Master Key gift. In case you haven't been able to tell, it's pretty much the most useful thing you could ever get, given that it leads to so many shortcuts and skips. If you pick that, you can unlock this tower and come down here and fight Havel and get that ring early, which is sometimes what you want to do. I've done runs where I did it that way, but since I didn't need to fight him and get the ring early in this one, I just really wanted to wait until I could fight him normally. Without the Master Key, I think one of these glowy items right here is the Watchtower key that you need to get in there. Wait, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. It's in an area with a boss in the Darkroot region. Yeah, there are several bosses here. 3 that we could go fight right now. Hey, okay, yeah, no, that's just the body. Scared me for a second. I still don't know though. I think we're gonna do Sen's Fortress in the next episode. Don't hold me to that. I might go back on my word. But now that we have the Grass Crest shield, really solid pyromancy flame and a weapon. See, the enemies in Sen's Fortress have a huge amount of physical damage resistance. If you just go in there with even a decent weapon, they just don't take a lot of damage. Pyromancy is incredibly helpful in that area. Oh, huh. I never noticed this gaping hole in the side here that looked outside. I'd like to speak to you, Andre, but I don't have any shards. You know what, though? Let's get a couple things.
Well, you need...
A couple key items I didn't pick up before. Let's get the armor smith box so that we can upgrade armor, and the repair box so that we can repair weapon and armor at bonfires. Both. The armor smith box, I guess, less important. The repair box, though, I don't know. Equipment doesn't degrade very fast, generally speaking. But every now and then you want to check up and repair. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, despite the failure incurred at the hands of the stray demon and some piddling around there at the end. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. Feel free to start a discussion in the comments or leave any constructive criticism. And if you want to continue as we, in the next episode, journey into Sen's Fortress, also known as the House of 1,000 Traps, then please subscribe. Alright, thank you again for watching. Hope you all have a good one.